All right, hello everyone. How are you doing today? Happy Wednesday afternoon. We've really got that cold that's in store for us. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Just wanted to give you another update to just really how cold and extreme it's going to be this weekend. And while I'm setting stuff up on camera, just look at how cold the temperatures are already coming soaring into the lower US. In fact, portions of Colorado today, where they're already seeing the system come on through, are seeing temperatures. They plummeted about 37 degrees in just 1 hour. This is just how powerful this Arctic air mass is coming in place for us. Again, really expect a lot of cold weather that's coming our way, really for in this entire weekend for us, just kind of in time, in a bad way, I would say, for the holiday weekend. The sunshine will be out, but we've really got a lot of cold to get through, some extreme cold, some of the coldest weather that we've seen in almost 40 years, which is kind of insane to say that. I have not even been alive for 40 years, which may be a bad thing to say. I've only been alive for half of that almost, but it's got some really cold weather that's coming our way. So let me get over here to the wall so that I can show you really what's going to be happening. I will be trying to keep an eye on the Facebook comments so that we can have a little interaction. But hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. How are you doing? Let me pull over this laptop so I can come in and say hello. But basically, with the system coming on in, it's one of the strongest systems we've seen in years for this cold air mass to be coming in on through. And so right now, I wasn't even on the camera, I'm sorry. This is part of a low pressure system, and this is what we call actually a bomb cyclone. And the way that we define a bomb cyclone basically is that temperatures, or not temperatures, but this rapidly will intensify over the next 24 hours as this goes across the Great Lakes. And then a sweeping cold front will come out through the south, and it's going to be really cold. And that's what is allowing these purples, that really Arctic air masses over us, and the negatives right now for portions of Montana that will be headed our way. So let me try to get these comments up here so that if anyone says anything, I can say hello to all of you doing today. Hi, Lisa. How are you doing? I remember the blizzard of 1978. Wow, that's insane. Wow. I wish this was coming with some snow. Unfortunately, it's not going to be coming with some snow. The biggest threat that we are seeing with this is that if we get some rain, it doesn't look like we're getting a lot of precip with this, not a lot of moisture behind the front, but if we do get some rain that's coming late Thursday night and that cold sweeps in right behind it, any kind of roads that are wet will freeze almost instantly and cause some black ice conditions, which will really be dangerous for those roads out there with those slick conditions in the morning and just act like it's an ice rink. So it's going to be very dangerous if that does happen for Friday morning. Let me just got one more Facebook post to pull up here, and I can say hello to all of you. All right, perfect. I've got it all pulled up. Hi, Veronica. Right now if you're talking to me right now, we're in Macon. Well, I am in Macon right now. But again, so let's break this down for you really. They've got this low pressure system, which is a bomb cyclone, which means it rapidly is going to intensify over the next 4 hours as it tracks up to the Great Lakes. And then here's that cold air mass that's right in for behind it. It's going to be really strong. See all these lines on the chart? That's really what we see for all the winds. When the lines are very close together, the winds become extremely strong. The pressure gradient force becomes extremely strong. Maybe I can science it up a little bit since I have some extra time here. And then that cold front extends all the way down to the south. We won't be seeing any of the snow or wintry mix. Maybe a little bit of rain for early here for Friday morning. And that's the dangerous part. If we do see some rain and then this cold Arctic air mass comes in behind it, if the roadways are still wet, or any wet ground out there, it's going to immediately freeze and cause a lot of black ice conditions, which can be really dangerous, especially for Friday morning. The rest of the weekend will be dry and sunny, but it's going to be very cold. We do have a wind chill advisory out for middle Georgia. This means we expect feels like temperatures and wind chills to fall below 5 degrees really for Christmas Eve morning when that's coming from. For Southwest Georgia, we have a hard freeze watch. That means the conditions are favorable for temperatures to plummet from above freezing to down below freezing very quickly in a very short amount of time. And that's most of Alabama still for that as well. But just really overall, a cold weekend that's coming, an extreme cold weekend. So if we're timing this out, We actually see the warmest part of Friday start in the very early morning hours, about 3 a.m. We have some warm flow coming in before the front comes in. But here is that cold front. Parts of Nashville and Memphis down into negatives, -14, -12. Luckily, we don't get that cold, but that's just showing just how strong this air mass is. And by 12 o'clock on Friday, temperatures already well below freezing. That's why we've got the wind chill advisory and the flash freeze that'll be coming in. 12 degrees in Macon by lunchtime on Friday, 23 in Albany. That's what it feels like with the wind chills for us. What's the temperature on Friday around noon? Hey, wait, I got this right here. I got you, Lisa. Look at this. I got you right there with it. That is so funny, actually. Right here. This is what it's going to feel like. So 12 degrees for the wind chills. Winds will be extremely bad on Friday, 35 to 40 miles per hour. Really not a great day if you're any traveling plans, even just driving. It'll be dry, but it will be a little breezy out there and extremely cold, only 23 degrees, feeling like in Albany. Waking up Christmas Eve morning looks to be the worst of it. We can ignore these. I haven't updated those yet, actually. But the wind chills in the mornings are going to be extremely cold for Christmas Eve. This is when we're down into the single digits for almost all of us in Georgia. Probably might be seeing a few low teens in Southwest Georgia, but really Atlanta's at -4. I don't think many of us will get below freezing or below freezing. We're all below freezing. I don't think many of us will get below 0 degrees. I think we'll mostly be staying above the 0 degree mark, but we'll be very quickly approaching that 0. And the worst of it is going to be coming for Christmas Eve morning. Hi, Corinne. How are you? And then for the weekend, day by day, this is really going to be one of the coldest stretches we've seen in almost 40 years. That's kind of crazy to me. The coldest Christmas Eve on record on par for us for Middle Georgia market, and the second coldest Christmas day on record. Ooh, it's really, I guess it's going to feel like the holidays. I don't know if I consider this extreme cold to really feeling like the holidays. I feel like if it's a little chilly, then it's nice. But if it's really this cold, it's just going to feel like the dead of winter out there. For tomorrow, it's not going to be the greatest day. Like a day like today, it's going to be misty and dreary. It'll be a little bit warmer. Temperatures will be in the 50s, but it's not really going to be a great weekend for us starting for Friday. There is some good news. I do come with some good news, which is very nice. Temperatures look to rebound very nicely as we get towards New Year's Eve and New Year's Day for next Saturday and Sunday. Tracking temperatures actually above average, around 60 degrees or so. So once we get through this weekend, we've really got some nice weather that could be coming for next Saturday and Sunday for New Year's. Tracking those temperatures for the entire country, in fact, above average. So here's our 10-day. Just to kind of break down everything for you. These temperatures, 15 degrees and 18, haven't seen some of those in 5 or so years, but when you factor in those wind chills, they're feeling like they're into the single digits, near 0. Again, the sunshine will be out, which is nice, but those feels like temperatures with all those blustery winds can only make afternoon temperatures stay into the 20s. So it's really cold for us. If you have any open pipes, you're gonna wanna be careful about your pipes freezing. Don't leave your pets out for too long. Really going to be too cold. You won't want to go outside much at all. You really want to spend as much time in the warmth as possible. And it's got a quick burst of cold air. The winds are really bad. Just stay very cautious, especially if you're traveling on Friday. I will get some travel plans in a second. Let me break down this 10-day for a little bit more. Again, these are afternoon temperatures for Southwest Georgia with air temperatures. Feels like staying down into the 20s and upper 30s, only into the teens for the morning. So let's break down some of these travel plans. Traveling looks to be the worst on Friday because of that system that's wrapping around and moving up into the northeast. I think this pauses here. Perfect. So if we have any if you're traveling at all into the Midwest, really Friday morning, it's still going to be having some of those snowier conditions, and really over to the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic, most of it will be rain. Friday is going to be a big travel day, and it's going to be pretty hard out there. A lot of cancellations for flights, I'm sure, up along the eastern seaboard, but then it will move out by the time we get towards Saturday and so. But it's just going to be breezy for everyone for the entire weekend. Well, Jack Frost is showing out 2 days into winter. No, I know. Like, what happened? Let me pull up the graphics really fast so I can break this down a little bit better. Here we go. By the time we get to, let's go Friday here. Friday, bad weather travel day. I love it. The people helped me in the back. Thank you. So by Friday afternoon, all of the front will be out of our way. We're just going to have those really gusty winds. The sunshine will be out for the entire weekend, and it is also clear for the heart of our nation, but still got some more of that snow, especially up towards the northeast and still in portions of Michigan and the Great Lakes. But Friday is not going to be a great travel day. In terms of the weekend, almost all of us will be quiet. So at this point, the front and the low pressure system has moved off into northern Canada, and most of the country is quiet. So at least it'll be sunny for the entire weekend, but that cold air is still all in here for us. Can't really see it because I don't have the temperatures on there. but that cold air is fully in place, and traveling back Monday will be quiet as well if anyone is traveling back for Monday. This Friday is going to be that really big travel day for portions of really the I-95 corridor up towards the Northeast and to the Midwest as well. Not going to be a great travel day, but it's cold this weekend. Someone send help. I'm going to be freezing, honestly. It's cold outside now, baby. Bundle up. Oh, wait, I thought you were. Why did I think that was a song, Deborah? I'm sorry. I thought that was like a song, honestly, like the baby is cold outside. I thought we were doing that. Yes, be careful, everyone. Safe travels. I completely agree. Thank you. How long are we going to be having the wind? So the wind will be the worst on Friday and Saturday. By Sunday, Christmas Day, it should be a little bit better, but it won't be as bad. It'll still be pretty windy here by Sunday, but I think by Monday the wind is completely back. Might have a few breezes on Sunday, but Sunday will be the day for the winds to really calm down. Monday, back to normal conditions, just a little bit cooler. It shouldn't be too windy on Monday. But definitely Friday especially will be the day that's incredibly blustery, winds upwards of 30 to 40 miles per hour. That's going to be the worst day in terms of the winds. The worst day for cold comes Christmas Eve, and then it's just going to be cold and a little bit windy for Sunday on Christmas Day. But it's going to still feel like the dead of winter, unfortunately. Really not going to be great for us then. All right, if anyone's got any more questions, definitely hop in the chat. Love talking with y'all. It's really fun. Windy Christmas weekend, windy and cold. Record breaking. We might shatter the record for Christmas Eve with these temperatures just being so below average. It's actually kind of insane. What else could I guess we could time it out maybe one more time. Right now, here's that low pressure system that's still out to our west, but then coming for late Thursday and overnight hours for Friday. Again, the biggest things that we're seeing with this system is that if it rains for Thursday night into Friday, we won't be seeing any of the wintry precip most likely. But if it does rain, not a lot of rain if we do see any, it is going to rain on Friday morning, and then that immediate cold comes behind it. If the roadways are still wet, we can get some black ice, and really it's just going to be like an ice rink out there for Friday morning. Not saying that it will happen, but there's the potential for that happening. And if it does, the commute to work Friday, you're going to have to be extra careful, especially with traveling in the morning. That's why they are brining the highways 75 and 16, I-16, just in case that does happen, so that if the roadways do freeze, it probably won't happen on the highways. But that's going to be the biggest threat to see with this. For Friday morning, just stay weather aware as you're getting up, just in case of the roadways do freeze like this. That means you're going to not really have a great time. Try to stay in if that does happen. If you can work from home, that probably would be the best option. But not saying that's going to happen, but that still is something that we're definitely keeping an eye on. Are we getting snow soon? I wish we were getting snow soon. I don't think we're getting any snow from this, unfortunately. Just a little bit of rain and then that potential for freezing again. I wish we were getting some snow. That would honestly make the holiday, we get some snow and make it a little white Christmas. What's wrong with that? We love to see it, but yeah, it's going to be a pretty hectic weekend. Once again, these are the alerts that are set out for us for Middle Georgia. Wind chill advisory, which means we're expecting wind chills to fall below 5 degrees, which is coming for Christmas Eve morning. And then we have a hard freeze watch, which means the conditions are favorable for Southwest Georgia for temperatures to start much higher above average and drop below freezing. Much higher above freezing and drop below freezing very quickly, and then get that hard freeze very quickly. And that's what we're keeping an eye on as the system comes on through for us. I guess we'll time this out one more time for you before I hang it up, because I got to get ready for the newscast at 10 o'clock. The wind chill advisory. That's 2 words, by the way. Wind chill. Wind chill advisory. So if we time this out one more time, when Friday morning will actually be the warmest part of the day. And there's that cold air that comes right behind it. Nashville and Memphis down -12, -14. We won't get that cold, luckily. We won't get that cold. But then temperatures plummet for Friday afternoon. At lunchtime for Friday, we're already down to the teens and the low 20s with those wind chills. Winds are the worst on Friday, upwards of 40 miles per hour. Worst of the temperatures will be coming for Christmas Eve morning, down to the teens, near zero. Don't think we'll get below zero. And then we'll have those temperatures into the low teens and into those single digits for almost all of Georgia. Very, very cold air mass. Are you laughing at me? Not for me. No, it was not for me. There's 20s here for Saturday afternoon. Very cold for us, unfortunately. And I didn't want to click on that. Record-breaking cold. There you go. That was good. And then waking up for Christmas morning, it's going to be so cold. Wind chills down to the teens for us. And by the time we're sitting down to dinner for Christmas afternoon, still going to be feeling like it's below freezing. So very cold outside. At least that warm Christmas dinner will hopefully warm us up Definitely going to want to make sure your heaters are in order. Tomorrow is going to be really that last day before the cold hits us. So if you have any last minute plans you need to do, I'd probably recommend getting some gas, running any errands that you need to do. Probably don't want to be going out too much if you can. Try to limit going out for the weekend just of how cold it is. But if you must go out, you definitely can. Just be very aware for Friday morning when we could have that black ice potential. The roads could be like an ice rink. So that's really all I wanted to say. Just wanted to update you with all that for coming in. Here, I'll leave you with some stats for you. We could be seeing the coldest 3-day stretch since 1983, almost 40 years for us. I'm not even close to that, which is crazy to me. And we could be seeing, we're still on par to have the coldest Christmas Eve on record in Macon and the second coldest Christmas Day, which is all of this cold weather that's coming in for us. I will have more updates coming up tonight here at WGXA News on Fox 24 and Fox 31 at 10 and WGXA News on ABC 16 at 11. All right, everyone. Have a good night.